What's up, everybody? A Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Elite Dangerous. When we left off in the last episode, we were at Wyreo, I think, for our promotion, because we are now... What am I again? Petty Officer. And I did do some research online, as well as read a few comments that I got on my last video, and apparently I believe I need to be an ensign in order to do the federal gunship, and I'm pretty sure it's 3 more ranks, including, like, it's Petty Officer, and then I think it's, like, Chief Petty Officer, and then one that I'm forgetting, and then Ensign, I think. So I think we have 2 more to climb through, including the, and then one that we're on right now. That said, we're going to be doing some missions today, if I can find them. There was one to Wyreo, but I don't think I'm going to take that one. I'd like to keep on my Cull and Neosing pattern a little bit here. There was one also that looked... Did they change it? No, that was somewhere else. I think that was when I was at Wyreo. They had an interesting looking, like, rescue hostage mission, and I was like, what? What is that? So yeah, we're probably going to be doing missions today. And the reasoning is, hold on just a minute, let me, ooh, excess mass. Oh, right, can I sell things here? Commodities market. I need to get rid of what I've got in my cargo hold, because, yeah, it's annoying. Cargo, there we go. Telemetry suites, let's get rid of that. I don't even care about the money, really. It's just get out of my cargo hold. Alright, so now... no excess mass. Nice! Okay. So, a couple of things I want to get out of the way. This may be a little bit more of a talky episode, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So, this week, this is my first episode for the week kind of thing. I usually start fresh on a new, you know, all my other stuff that goes, like the Elite... not the Elite, the Inspiration episode, the Medieval Engineers and all that stuff is usually recorded before or on the weekend of the prior weeks, even though Medieval airs on Monday. And so Elite's usually the first thing I record every week, and then it goes from there to the end. So all of them from this on until probably the next Medieval Engineers episode is over, like, so the next Elite episode, which is a fancy way of saying a week from this episode, so the next episode of Elite. Gosh. I can talk, I swear. I basically bulk recorded all of these in, like, one day, and that was because we had kind of a bit of a curveball family emergency kind of thing. Not so much emergency per se, but we had a death in the family. My mother's uncle, well, not blood related, but close enough, might as well have been. He was like a second father to my mom. Had passed away, but he you know, he was 97, so kudos to him. I mean, good job, man. It was like, not many people can say they got that far, so if any of you have had dealings with, you know, elder people or just know how that works, he wasn't doing good, so, you know, but anyways, my family was going to the funeral and all that kind of stuff. And so some of you may be aware from previous episodes, I had mentioned my dog has had kind of a medical thing going on where he has a sore on his foot that we kind of need to keep watching him all the time, which basically meant that when they left, now I pretty much got to watch him 24/7, which is fine, but it also doesn't leave me any time for recording. So I'm doing all my recording stuff before they leave, basically. So these episodes will not really acknowledge much of the comments unless they were already there, particularly in the later episodes. Like the Elite, it's pretty much been a week. I would be normally recording that today anyway, but stuff like Medieval Engineers and things that just went up today, but on the day I'm recording this, you know, if it was really early comments, I might notice it, but You know, so if there's any kind of comment stuff or things that it seems like I ignored or didn't acknowledge, that's probably why, is when I recorded this I didn't see it. So yeah, just wanted to kind of let everybody know that between trying to record everything in one day, there wasn't a whole lot of time. These might not be super edited and cut up and making a lot of progress, but I didn't want to just cut and be like, you know, no videos for a week, you know, if I could help it. I mean, if I had to, I had to, but love you guys to death, but life, you know, personal life does kind of take priority, sorry. I know, how dare I, right? But, so, you know, so there's that. And if you watch all of my series, you'll probably notice that I say this at the beginning of most of my videos this week, and that's because some people watch everything I do, some people do not. Some people only watch one series and stuff, so I want to make sure everybody's kind of on the same page and understands kind of the scheduling issues this week and why it ended up a little bit different. So, hence why we're doing, like, missions and things, is because I want to make some more rep progress, but I really don't have time to do a bunch of missions and then go do bounty hunting and stuff. It was kind of a one or the other, and I figured, quite honestly, that I would probably end up doing a decent amount of talking to kind of explain what's going on and things in the situation. And it's a much easier... Whoa. Flying weird there for a second, but it's much easier for me to talk and just kind of fly and do that kind of thing than trying to actually do combat and stuff. I can talk about combat related things while fighting, but if it's something different, then it's a little distracting and hard to keep track of what you're talking about. Sometimes I end up distracted anyway, so do the math. But so yeah, everything was all kind of bulk recorded and things in just kind of a quick, had to get everything done as soon as I could in the smallest amount of time that I had. So, you know, life is life, it is what it is, and I just wanted to let everybody know so it wasn't like, man, this last week's episodes weren't really all that good, you know, just as kind of a disclaimer. You know, it's like, by the way, I normally wouldn't want to make something this straightforward and maybe tedious or something, but it was really all I had available to work with, or it was just not having episodes, which, you know, if you know ahead of time and like, hey, I may be doing this, what do you guys think, you know, that's different, but when something just pops up, I wanted to err on the side of having something out there. The other thing that I wanted to discuss, actually, while I'm here, I think I can reload, yeah, I can. I couldn't reload my ammo before. Okay, first of all, let's get some mission stuff squared away. Okay. Now, we probably should be paying attention to our... I can't really read that. Is it still at 13%? That light bar's in the way. I want to say that's 13%. Maybe it moved up. But we have a beautiful array of missions here. All going to the same place, it looks like. Gorbatko. I think all of those were Gorbatko. Oh, yes. Oh, that's awesome. Now, this one is for the other base in New Sing, but that's fine. Gorbatko. Oh, we're going to make some rank bank. Is that a thing? It sounds weird. Probably shouldn't say that. I don't know why. It just sounds wrong. But yeah, I mean, Cabrera's Claim, that's the other one. Oh, I don't have the, I was like, okay, and I'm tempted to do I might as well. They're going to the same place, even though it's for a different rep. It's just going to get me some more money, so might as well. And we're going there anyway, too. Wolf, I'm not going, ooh, wow, though, holy crap. That's a nice delivery mission. It's what, almost $500,000 for just a delivery mission? That's nice. I can definitely see that they buffed up the mission things for that kind of stuff. I normally don't do the missions very much. I'm only really doing the missions for the rank at this point, so I'm kind of a little bit new to missions, you might say. I don't want to actually lock on yet either, because that makes it a little bit harder to get out of here. I think that's because I have the button on my controller map to toggle frame shift drive, not the separated. There's actually there's actually a separated control scheme. Some people aren't aware of that. I wasn't for a long time, but there's the like hyperdrive and there's the super cruise button, and then there's a toggle frame shift where it kind of, based on what you're locked onto, kind of just figures out what it's supposed to do. Like this one's the super cruise, but I use the same keys. But then if I was locked onto the other one, it would tell me I wasn't aligned with my target and stuff, because I'm usually not. So anyways, moving right along. I'm really excited about these missions, actually, though, because... Ooh, too much. Yeah, I need to escape the... I was watching my destination thing, not my altitude. But yeah, we got a lot of missions to go all to the same place, so we're going to raise our rank pretty good. 15! Okay, so we moved about... Oh, wow, we moved about 2% per mission? Because I only turned in one. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6... Oh, wait. 15? 14 or 15, I think. Whoa! What is that? Do I want to know? Like, why am I flying towards this right now? Seriously, I can't target. What was that? I am legitimately freaked out right now. Was that one of these wakes, maybe? And I've just never seen someone... That... That was fishy. That was fishy. You know what I just realized as well? I think I might actually be in open play. Because that looks like a player icon on the radar there. I think I was thinking so much about all the recordings I had to do and stuff today, I think I just started and hit open without thinking about it. I don't think I did solo. Not that it's a big deal, I mean, I'm not really doing anything and I don't have any cargo and whatnot, but still, I didn't really think about it. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, though, briefly... Well, we all know how briefly works for me. It ends up being the entire episode's theme. But a couple of episodes here and there, it's been kind of scarce, been kind of scattered, and there hasn't really been a legit pattern to it. Yeah. You're going to tell me if I do it within a certain amount of time, you'll raise my profits or whatnot. Alright, so where's Cabrera's? We need to do that first, I think. Mainly because that is a land on planet one, and I much prefer landing on space stations because the auto dock just does everything. I don't even have to do approaches. That's the thing. I think they should do... I don't know how it would work, like on the AI or algorithm side of things in terms of the game development part, but I think it'd be cool if there was like an advanced auto dock where when you got... Go away. When you got within X amount of light seconds of the planet you want to dock to and told it, you know, I want to go to this this terminal or something, I think it'd be cool if it actually like brought you in on approach type of thing. I can understand why that's not a thing though, because it's requesting docking clearance that triggers the auto dock, and you can only do that when you're really close to the station. So I could see it being a hassle or something, but it's just the lazy pilot in me. I think it'd be cool to just be like, yeah, I want to go to this planet. Computer, fly us in. You know. I mean, you are talking about a person that in real life has been kind of eyeballing Teslas for a little bit, like, if you could really guarantee me I wouldn't die, I'm totally down for this self-driving thing. This is a cool idea. I've known a lot of people that like, nope, it just freaks me out not doing. I'm like, I'm lazy, so I'd be okay with that. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not legitimately lazy in terms of like the you know, the all I do is sit on a couch and never do anything productive, or, you know, I mean, I'm doing YouTube, I'm writing a book, I'm working on web design, you know, like I've done programming stuff, I want to do games, so I'm not really lazy per se in the traditional sense, in the literal sense, I should say. Like, we throw words around a lot, like awesome and lazy and stuff, that we don't, it's not really what the word actually implies. So in a literal sense, I can't really say that, but you know, I often have lazy tendencies where I'm like, I don't feel like doing that, I don't want to do that. But anyways, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. What I was going to bring up was, in a few episodes, one was Empyrean, one was Space Engineers, I think the Inspiration episode, a couple of different series. It wasn't isolated to a specific series. But people were mentioning that when I did a transition, my little hat nod to Transformer transition thing in between scenes, that the sound was kind of like starting quiet and then it would pick back up all of a sudden. But for the first couple of seconds, it sounded like it was too quiet. And I've heard of this before. People have told me about it before. I've tried a bunch of different things, and I could not find a reason. I know it's in Premiere. When I use Premiere to edit my videos and stuff and I go to render them, I know that's where the bottleneck is, because when I look at the footage from Fraps, it's fine. Like, you can play all the beginning parts, all of the sound is constant through the whole thing. But when I render it, or when I play it, even in the timeline of Premiere, when you're just looking at the video and you play through it, it does the same thing. When it starts off, the first couple seconds, it'll be quiet, and then it picks up. But once I've done that, when I go back and play it, then it's fine all the way through. So typically what I was doing when I would edit things is I would play each clip until the sound picked up, like it shot up, and then you're like, okay, now it's back to the regular thing. And once it did that, then I'd try and real quick render it so that it didn't do whatever it was doing that was making it kind of freak out or lose that constant sound. And recently, though, there's been a couple of times where I did that. It worked in Premiere, it sounded better, I played it for a few seconds, and then the sound spiked back up, so I've done it that way for a while now. And so I was like, okay, it's good. And I'm still getting a couple comments here and there over the last couple of weeks of people telling me that it was still like, hey, this is wrong. And I'm like, really? I did everything that I normally do. I always do it this way, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's very random. And so what I'm bringing that up for is because I started doing some research. Like, I was like, I've looked for the answer to this before, and I just can't find one. But I need to find an answer for this. It keeps doing it, and it's bothering me. And so I Googled a couple different things, like, sounds lower, audio is lower at the start of a clip, stuff like that. And I found a mixed bag of things. Some were kind of clear, some weren't. And stuff like that. And I finally found an article that actually addressed a similar thing, but it was discussing the denoiser effect you can do in Premiere, and it perked my ears because I use that. That's one of the effects that I use. I use like a dehummer, a denoiser, and that's to get rid of the fan sound of my PC. The way I have my PC set up, the fan is in, or the tower's in an entertainment unit, but it's like level with my microphone. It's just over to the side, like my desk is next to the entertainment unit kind of thing. And it hasn't been quite as bad or noticeable since I got my newer mic and stopped using the headset mic in my earphones, but actually got a nicer mic with a accordion arm type of thing and a pop filter and all that stuff. But it's still there. You still get this kind of like hum whirring effect from the actual fan, especially on games that it really pushes the tower. That's the other thing that'll happen.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Uh-oh. I hate these ones where they give me stuff for my cargo. Oh, and there was only 2 here. I was looking at it like, wait a minute, where's all my other ones? But it's because there's only 2. Okay. We'll go ahead and accept these back to the call system. so that we have a little bit more to take back. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was looking for the other missions, and it's because this was Cabrera's, not Gorbatko. Gorbatko's the one I have like a ton of missions for. So anyways, I use those effects to get rid of the background noise and the hums and whirs of the fan, especially on games where it really pushes the system. Now that I think about it, that hasn't been as big of an issue lately. But stuff like Space Engineers, when I had large builds or planets or things, it used to. My graphics card's a little bit better and the game's been optimized, so it hasn't been kicking up as high as it used to. But it used to get kind of annoying. So I use those effects for background noise, and this article I brought up actually said that that was what was causing it. I don't know the ins and outs of why, but that's what was causing it. And so I was like, well, crap, how do I fix that, basically? And what it talked about was essentially, for those of you that are interested in like the video editing side of things, if not, sorry, it's just the topic I'm on at the moment, but for those of you that are interested, you can drop effects from an effect bin, like it has a little drop down list of different effects you can pull from. And you can drop those onto different clips that you import into the timeline. But there's also a way to do it apparently with the master, well, not master, but the audio mixer window thing. And you can pull that up and it shows you all the audio tracks, and then you can go in and add, rather than clip by clip, you can actually add the effects to the entire track, which is different than how I normally do it, and actually much more streamlined, because then you can just, remove the old clips and put new ones in, and they'll have all the same effects added to them, because it's part of the, I just realized, I don't know what that is. It says found the ship. Tracking it now, he's not getting away. I wonder if they're talking about me, or if I took on some mission where they were like, you're supposed to come help me, or something. Let me double check this. A federal reputation change. Oh, I just didn't clear that from before. Yep. And then boom data. Yeah, that was a timing thing. Oh. Keep your eyes peeled. Enemy ships have been deployed to stop your mission. Demonstrate their folly by defeating them, and we'll arrange a bonus for you. Oh. So apparently I got one of two by just not getting attacked, apparently. That's what that was. So yeah, that probably was some kind of ship that's chasing me then. But yeah, so applying it to the whole track of the audio was a cool idea. So that's something I'm trying. So the reason, the whole entire reason, again, I can, yeah, here we go. Okay. Alright, I wonder what kind of ship it is. I don't want to lose my... Oh, I hate it when it does that. Come on. Get back. Get back. Thank you. I hate when you get, like, turned around in these interdiction things. It's kind of annoying. Alright. I should have actually just let him pull me and then just killed him, depending on what it is. I don't know what kind of ship it is, though. Oh, it's probably one of these, the Fertile Ants or the Clipper or something, actually, because my rank's a little bit higher. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's like one of the Cobras or Eagles or something stupid. But anyways, so I bring that up because I changed up and I'm trying the whole audio mixer version instead of applying the effects directly to each clip and things. So supposedly, according to the article I read, that fixed the person posting, that fixed their problem. Like, I used to have this happen and this is how I fixed it. So I'm trying that, and in the editing side, it does seem like when I play back the videos, they just start at full volume. They don't have that delay thing. But I'm also not sure how well the effects are being applied to each track, and if it's doing more to have it done to the main track or per clip. So that's kind of one of those, just let me know what you guys think. If you're hearing if you're hearing anything weird or it drops off or now the sound is different and it sounds, I tried to match the settings as best I could and stuff, it like copy and paste the settings, so it should in theory not sound any different. It would just remove the quiet bits at the beginning of transitions and stuff like that, because essentially it was, I think what was happening was it was like a delay before the effect was applied or something, and it caused the audio to be squirrely, and it didn't really know what it was doing. So, like I said, I kind of bring that up just so that you guys are aware, and these are the two, you know, the personal circumstances and the audio changes are the two topics I'm at least going to briefly bring up in each episode this week, so that everyone who watches one series kind of knows about what's going on, and has, you know, the insight to go, oh, okay. But yeah, I just talked about it a bit more in depth because, you know, in Elite, I joked a while back that when I was doing the exploration stuff, it kind of turned into a podcast with scenery. But, you know, I don't normally like doing episodes like this, but as I said, between time constraints and wanting to progress and things, it was just the best I could come up with. We're still doing videos, and I'm still making progress, but it kind of has to fit into the time frame, the very, very tiny time frame. I mean, for those of you that may be wondering exactly what that time frame, I'm basically recording 5 episodes. No, 6 episodes. I'm recording 6 episodes in one day. And so that includes all the off-camera time and any kind of cuts and transitions, which obviously so far we have not done on this, but, you know. So bear that in mind, and that's pretty much why each one of these episodes this week probably isn't going to get an astronomical amount of progress done in each episode. Other than this, I mean, dude, we're making some rep progress here. Like, no, we're not actually excess cargo. Wonder what happens with, like, do I not get that? I'm not really worried about it, but do I not get it if it's in excess? Okay, that's going to Ireo. I don't want to go back that way. I've also got missions for coal, so we're not going to go that route. I am kind of curious about that, like, material rewards, irregular mission data. I still haven't actually worked on doing the, whatchamacallit, the engineering stuff for the different weapons and things. One question I do have that if anybody can answer, I'd appreciate it, is if I engineer stuff like the weapons and things and then store them rather than sell them, do you keep your engineering tweaks and modifications, or do you have to go modify them again because it was per the ship? I feel like it's per weapon and the mods stay. But that would be something I'd want to know, because if they stay on the weapon, I wouldn't mind modding the weapons here, you know, on the Fertile Ants, and then when you get the gunship, just moving some of them over, or something to that effect, if they can transfer. I think I want to say that the gunship doesn't actually have the same hardpoint setup. Let me double check this too. Oh, everything just switched. Ooh, boy. Ooh, that's 600,000. Nice. Follow on missions. This is available. Oh, that's the Wyreo stuff. We don't need that. Oh, it's probably from the rep change, I'm imagining. Using... Ooh. That's still got that one. Okay, so here's my dilemma. Again, thinking of time, I don't know, though I do have missions in coal. Man, that's money making right there. That's like 3 of them. What's the destination? Oh, point of interest. Man, I'm hesitant to pick those, only because I don't want to have to do a crazy long, more mission type time. And I don't know how long those the planetary scans don't normally take forever. It's just, if they're all different planets, we could be in a pickle. How's our rep to? Ooh, we're up to 26. Nice. I feel like I'd be stupid not to take this one, but then I've got stuff to do in coal anyway. Ah, screw it. We're gonna grab this one. It pays the most. And it's against my pragmatic or my progress judgment, but in terms of practicality, I just don't want to take 4 planet scanning missions. Tip off. A message came in for you. One of our associates intercepted part of a data packet. We want the rest of it. If you can get there before anyone can secure the data point, maybe you can turn a profit for any data you discovered. You will find the site in the Laguna system. We're taking the liberty of uploading the encryption key. Might be a warm warm reception. I'm going to leave that there, but I don't think I'm doing that mission right now. Members of the clearly still active. Find and scan the data point. If these are the same things, fine, but I don't think they are. I think they're unrelated. So let's go ahead and mark... Ah! Stupid excessive mass. Can I sell things here? I can. Sweet. Once again, cargo, there you are. Now, I don't think... Yeah, we didn't get anything else, so I don't think we get anything if we go over the... over that. Oh, dagnabbit. I'm supposed to go here, aren't I? Wait, do I actually have the location point already, or do I need the... Locate the point of interest. Deliver data to the Gorbatko terminal. Okay. So I actually need the nav beacon. That's one of those things I learned. Some of you may not know about that. Some of you probably do, because most of the time the people that comment on my Elite videos already know more than me. For the most part. There's an exception to every rule, but that typically ends up being what happens. But yeah, the like if you don't have a scanner, like a discovery scanner or something, the way you get these points of interest is by going to the nav beacon. You go into the nav beacon and then you scan it, and then that will bring up your mission critical point of interest. Whoa. If I can find the nav beacon anyway. Wait, where is the nav beacon? Do I have to get closer? Maybe I have to get closer to the central star. I thought it just showed up. I didn't think there was a distance limit on it. Oh, maybe I should check further away from me. Duh. No, it's still not showing up. Okay. So I need to get to closer to the star, I guess, before the nav beacon shows up. So we're going to do that. I am going to cut here and get kind of set up on where we're going, and then head that way. Okay, so I've identified the search area. So we're heading in now to take a look at this outpost. And I'll probably end the episode right here at this point and then just go and turn in the other ones. But I'll probably wrap this one up here because we're getting a little high on time. And like I said, I've got a lot of other ones I need to get to today, so I don't want to make this one exponentially longer. I feel like I should have been dropped off closer to this. If only I could remember what my... There's flight assist off. Okay. So let's do like that. And we can kind of coast in a little bit quicker. Ooh, I forgot flight assist off. It still kind of slows down after... Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. Right. There we go. probably need to change the... I really do need to change the control for this, to be honest. Because if I do it wrong... It's one of those, if I do it right, then I end up pulling to the side, and if I do it wrong, then I always set to my engines too low. Like, I lower the pips on my engines. Oh, that time it worked. I did both. That's different. Okay, really, guys? I have to put it, like, right below me. Okay. That's actually not too bad. Now, if my memory serves, the SRVs deploy in reverse to the ship's orientation. So let's see if I can spin myself around backwards here and land. Whoa, 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 whoa. Landing gears would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
Landing gear deployed.
Why is this unsuitable? It looks fine. Here we go. Wow, I was really close to the ground already. Alright. So let's do this. I am really surprised that we get like 600,000 for this. Normally the exploration and delivery and data and all that stuff isn't crazy high. Yeah, okay, so it does deploy backwards. Now, typically I have not had issues with the turrets attacking me in previous things. Okay. Alright. So I guess there is a trespass zone. Got it. Okay, can I get to the data point from here without crossing that? Because that would be cool. Oh, I can. Alright. Ooh, look at those little guys. What are those little flying saucer things? Whoops. Reverse. Reverse. Woo! I've never done one of these before where they actually got mad. Oh gosh, why am I fishtailing? Come on now. Come on. Get. Really? Getting shot at here. Board ship. Let's get out of here. Alrighty.
Incoming mission.
Okay. I was gonna transition, but you know, figured what the heck. Ooh, we got Vipers.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's see if you can keep up. Well, the unfortunate part is I can't really shoot him. Because if I shoot him, it's just going to make my bounty worse. Oops.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see if you can keep up, buddy.
3, 2,
I take that as a no. Alright. Well, that was different. I can't say I've ever had that happen before. Now, what the Social Neo-Sing League is who doesn't like me at this point. But I don't really know too much about which one's which. Indie Commodities. We must have been doing one for them. I don't really know how that's going to work, to be honest. Because it's kind of one of those, you have to scan them in order to get the data they're looking for. Oh, maybe I should check the little mission thing. Planetary scan job. Yeah, I know. Return to Cabrera's claim to deliver the data and receive your reward. Wait. Then it says Gorbatko Terminal. I think that's messed up. Well done, scan complete. The relevant data has now been transferred to your ship. So I don't think that was really what it's supposed to say. It was supposed to say Gorbatko, wasn't it? Yeah, return to Gorbatko Terminal. Weird. Alright, well we're gonna head over there, and then definitely wrapping this episode up because, yeah, we're pretty high on time. Okay, so it took forever for whatever reason. I guess the terminal was crazy busy. But I finally got to land here. Now, I don't think I can pay off the bounties and stuff right away. I feel like... Well, redeem all bounty vouchers. That works. I can redeem the intel packages. No outstanding fines, no legacy fines, no combat bonds. There's legacy fines. I have a lot of them somehow. Redeem all bounty vouchers. Oh, you can take a 25% cut, but you can redeem them. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Incoming message.
I really didn't know that, actually. Alright, mission board. So let's go ahead and finish this one. Yeah, so that was a nice little payday. But like I said, I don't think we're going to take on any more, even though there are more to take on, just in the interest of time. So I think we're going to end up wrapping things up here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.